Hello everyone, my name is Chris and welcome to my top 5 worst weapons within Fallout New Vegas. This list will showcase my opinion of what are the worst weapons you can acquire and use in Fallout New Vegas. Of course it does depend on your build and what you want to specialise in, however these weapons are my top picks for what are the worst weapons you use in any playthrough. As always, there are timestamps in the description if you wish to skip to a particular weapon, but without further ado let's get into the video. Number 5. Euclid's Seafinder. This weapon is its own unique weapon and is part of the side quest at Lucky Old Sun. When choosing to distribute power from Helios 1, you can choose to send it to the Archimedes 2 satellite orbiting Earth, which is equipped with a weapon. This is the only way of providing ammo to the weapon. Choosing any other option will mean that you will never be able to use the weapon. The weapon can be found wielded by Max in Freeside. You can either purchase or pickpocket the weapon from him. The weapon is a very fun and unique weapon, allowing you to fire it once a day. When fired, the weapon will call down a beam of energy from the satellite down to where you'll point, causing 150 points of damage as well as 6 points of fire damage for 15 seconds. While useful for a group of weaker enemies, the damage quickly drops off when confronted with higher leveled enemies. The weapon can only be used once a day and can also only be used outdoors, making it a very finicky weapon to use. It could be useful for dealing initial damage and then swapping to another one to finish an enemy off, but I find that the weapon is situational. While fun to use, it is not the most practical or efficient weapon to use in combat. Number 4. The Pool Cue. This weapon is a two-handed melee weapon and can be found in both a multitude of locations, but also is commonly wielded by enemies such as fiends, vipers and jackals. The weapon deals 15 points of damage, but what makes this weapon so impractical is its low durability. The weapon can only be swung around 250 times before breaking, meaning you need to constantly repair the weapon after just a few battles with it. The melee weapons perk can help boost the damage with this weapon, essentially carrying it into a more viable weapon, however you will be better off choosing a different weapon to this. Number 3. The Recharger Rifle. This weapon is a two-handed energy rifle and can be bought from a variety of vendors, but can also be found on Dead Bright Brotherhood followers. The weapon deals 12 points of both normal and critical damage and has the unique ability of never needing ammo for the weapon as it regenerates ammo over time. The weapon has a mag size of 7 and regenerates 1 ammo per second. The weapon has very low damage and can also only fire around 370 rounds before breaking. The weapon is also unaffected by perks such as Laser Commander and is outclassed by weapons such as the Laser Rifle. Not only does it benefit from the perk, but deals more damage and weighs less. Although somewhat useful at a very low level, the weapon becomes obsolete very quickly and most weapons can outclass it. Number 2. The BB Gun. This weapon is a two-handed rifle and can be found in a multitude of locations as well as randomly spawning in toy boxes and inserted in vendor inventory such as the Great Khan Armourer. The BB gun deals 4 points of both normal and critical hit damage. Furthermore, the weapon has a very low condition, only being able to fire around 245 rounds before breaking. It does have the benefit of being considered a silent weapon, however it is only useful if fighting enemies such as route rotaries or blowflies. Anything stronger and the weapon is essentially useless. Your starting weapons of whatever you receive from Doc Mitchell is vastly superior to the BB gun and there is no need to use it. The top spot at number 1 is the Rolling Pin. This weapon is a one-handed melee weapon and can be found in metal boxes, Novak, and during the Malefic Maul encounter if you take the Wild Wasteland trait. The weapon deals 3 points of damage and 8 points of critical hit damage. Combined with both its low damage and low durability, only being able to strike around 495 times before breaking, the weapon is essentially useless. Any other weapon will outclass this weapon, making it a joke weapon of sorts. Any weapon you receive at the start of the game will be a better choice than the Rolling Pin. And here we have my top 5 picks for the worst weapons in Fallout New Vegas. I hope you found this video helpful and as always thank you for watching.